Hello and welcome back to Writer's Dream Coach. I'm Frau Möbius, German coach, therapist, and author. And today we're going to talk about quotation marks. This is part of the Clean Manuscript series, and I'm going to do one more video next week. But first, something about quotation marks. You probably never assumed that the innocent quotation mark could actually cause a lot of trouble, but it does. You see, there are two different kinds of quotation mark. There are the straight quotation marks, which you would definitely have to use in programming and writing code. And then there are the curly quotes, which are used in publishing and in stories. And since you're writing manuscripts for publishing, I hope at any rate, you will need the curly quotes. And I've prepared my little demonstration text from my work in progress to show you the pitfalls of quotation marks. And I will also show you how to turn curly quotes on in LibreOffice so you won't ever have the problem again. I can't demonstrate this in Microsoft Word because I don't have that on my computer, but the way to go, even in Microsoft Word, is to use the autocorrect options. Anyway, here's my little piece of manuscript and my little test file. Here we go. And I don't really have a whole lot of quotation marks in this because, as you see, it's mostly the dragons talking, and they talk in italics because they are telepathic. But I do have a couple of quotation marks, and I already went and put in some straight ones, even though I don't usually use them. And I'll enlarge this a little to make you see what I'm talking about. These are the straight quotation marks. This one and that one. And as you can see, they look exactly the same. And these and these, as well as these and these, are kind of curly quotes. These are actually the ones we use in German print. These are the ones that you use in English print. Now the problem is, if you want to take these and turn them into curly quotes and do a simple search and replace, like this, you want to take the straight one and replace it with that. You go here and replace. And right next, where are you there? This is stuff that we don't need right now. We want to go there and replace it. Yay, looks good. That's the next one, replace it. Ooh, what did you do there? Oh no! Look. Didn't want to replace that. We only wanted to replace that. Now here we have control. This is a tiny bit of text. We only have two places where we want to replace them. Ignore the stuff down below. This is just my code that I have there. It could be easily done by hand if it's just one sentence. But imagine you have to fix an entire 100K word novel. 300 or more pages of text with numerous entities of dialogue. You'd go bonkers. And yes, there is a way to fix this, which is why I have all this stuff down here, because I just copy pasted it into my text in order to show you. Hit Control H to bring up the search replace dialog. Control H, here we go. We still have the fixed quote in here, but I'll change in a moment. Use the more options drop down There's no longer a drop down bit. There's this. And select regular expressions. That. And we're going to, I've always had a problem with that expression. So we're going to start with closing quote. And we're going to replace it with this, which basically means keep whatever is in front of the quote and just add, stick in the curly one. This is important because you could have a ton of different things in front of the curly quote, like, a comma, a semicolon, a full stop, exclamation point. All this stuff could be in front of a closing quotation mark. So now we're going to go and see if I can find one. Yeah, we don't want to replace that. You want to replace that one. Replace. And of course it jumps to the next one. So let's scroll up here. Yep, that worked. Woohoo! So if you go to replace all, this will do all of them, which I don't want because I want to keep the stuff down there because it's code. But this would work in your file. And of course now you can just go in and find and replace that one with that one. Let's see where we can find previous. There we are. Replace. Of course it jumps down to here, which I don't want to change. And it did it. That's the trick. I will post these strings in my blog so you can actually see them. You need to use the regular expressions part though, because it won't work otherwise. I tried. This is the third take I'm doing of the video because I tried. Now, the one thing you really need to do in order to prevent all this stuff around curly quotes, you need to set LibreOffice to actually use curly quotes right away while typing and in general. It's very easy. Let's do this again. You go into Tools, Autocorrect Options. I want to keep my single quotes straight. That's just me. But I want to replace my straight quotation marks, the double quotes, with curly ones. And as you see, this is a different code. Okay? Okay. And since I have these ugly ones here, we can try it. Hey, curly quote. Hey, curly quote. Opening curly quote, closing curly quote. See the difference? This one has the dots at the bottom. This one has the dots at the top. Big difference. Important difference. So here's it again. Tools, autocorrect options, double quotes. Replace them with this. Okay. That's what you need to know about curly quotes. If you use them in your text, even if you think they're ugly, your formatter is going to bless you. I'm going to stop the sharing here because I showed you everything I need to. And I'm back with the video. This is another huge thing you can do in order to make your manuscript be professional. And a professional manuscript, a clean manuscript, will make your formatters happy. It will make you happy if you format your stuff yourself. And it will save you an immense amount of work. I have indeed gone through a short story and edited all these quotes by hand because I had not discovered the way of, replacing them all. It took an enormous amount of time. It was extremely tedious. So do yourself a favor, and even if you use Microsoft Word, go into the auto text options, and there's two of them. There's autocorrect and there's auto text. And you need to check typographical quotes or quotation marks. You need to look at that. The German part is typografische Anführungszeichen, in case you're German. And I don't know what it says in English because I have to use the German version in my day job. And it could be typographical quotation marks, it could be curly quotes. Depends on how the programmer was thinking. Anyway, this is part 2 of the 3-part series. I'll be back next week with another installment, and then we'll talk about styles. Styles are so important. You will need to watch that. But for now, this is enough, and I will put all the amazing stuff, all these formulae, into my blog so you can see them, so you can find them again, and so you can copy and paste them in case you need to. And I would suggest that you make a little file, copy my text into your little file, and keep it in your writing folders. So you don't have to search for that. It's hard to find in the interwebs. I looked for it long and hard again. I just did that too. So get yourself that sheet file and fix the curly quotes before you type even another sentence in your manuscript. All right? See you next week. Bye-bye.